Hi, everybody. This is Gary Dean and Woody Dorsey with Sentiment Timing. This is our weekly report for Thursday, March 2nd, 2023. How are you doing today, Woody?
Okay.
Awesome, awesome. So we've seen the Bulls under a little bit of pressure lately, but one thing we're both looking for some type of tradable low to be approaching in this time period. And the first chart that I'm showing that we were just going over is the NIAD, and this is one of my favorite, say, intermediate term charts as far as looking for tops and bottoms. And you can see here where the S&P was making a lower low, but here you can see the NIAD was making a higher low. And typically when we see this, unless it goes down and makes a lower low and fixes itself, we usually see really good moves, reversals, whether it be to the downside if we have a sell signal, or to the upside if we get a buy signal. And that seems to be fitting really what you're looking for, as far as some type of low that's going to be taking place in March or this time period, and then for a top coming sometime in April. And it, like I said, it's seems to be fitting everything that you're looking at right now. And we've seen it. The S&P was down pretty good today, and we had a nice little reversal. And one of the other things that I look at is, what are the markets doing? Are they all in tandem? Meaning, are they all going down together, or are they all going up together? And right now they're not. You have the Dow that's been up, and the Nasdaq down, and the S&P has been following the Nasdaq, but not everything is going in motion. So what are your thoughts on everything right here?
It's same old. It's just a mess.
Yep.
We had thought the market would get some weakness in here, which it's doing, but basically what I've been saying for months, which everybody ignored. Everybody thought we're going to make a lot of money or lose a lot of money or whatever. It's a complete mess. And these experts come in every day, and there's a slightly different story, and now they got a bunch of data coming out in the next week or so. So I think they'll use that to try to rally the market at some point. But it's just that, face it, is that the market actually is often in a range or is in a mess. And that's what we have here. And it's not a very clear picture. Everybody wants a clear picture. It's not a clear picture.
Right.
The generic, the secret sauce, the time frame was rally from October, maybe as late as April, which is not far away. And the market was strong, and now it's really kind of gotten sideways. And then from April, it looks like we're going to have a corrective summer and then rally again. So where does that leave us? I think it's just kind of a mess. I'm not sure we're going to get the big break in summer, but basically there are a lot of things against the market, and yet it held. So far it's held, because maybe nobody knows what else to do.
Right. Well, even just looking at the charts right here, where a lot of people are just looking at the market with bearish glasses on, because we've had it's been down pretty consistent from the top at the 4,200. But if you look at it, we're making a series of higher highs and higher lows, and these are just, to me, it's constructive for the bulls. Instead of seeing those melt ups that go straight up without any breaks, these are, they're giving us little breaks to get in. And unfortunately, the sentiment end of things has changed so much that when you get these little chances to buy into the market, everybody's getting bearish, thinking that we're going to be coming down and crashing. But to me, it's it looks constructive. The support has been holding. I mean, unless that changes, right now I'm kind of with you. I believe that the October lows are in. Can they be tested over during the summertime? Maybe, yeah, but like we've been saying, that kind of big picture, those people are wrong most of the time. It's like, just worry about what's going to be taking place in the next 2 or 3 months, and don't worry about whether we're starting a new bull market or a new bear market.
Everybody's trying to do all that. Of course, the reality is that the bull market ended some time ago, and we are, hear this loud and clear. This is a whole new phase of financial culture that includes higher interest rates and inflation. That just started.
Yep.
That just started. So that's going to be the background for a while. But strangely, there's still a lot of money around, and it tends to find its way into the market with the hope of some future pivot or whatever. So
Right, exactly. Well, that is one of the things that we've spoken about a lot, is that there's I mean, there's just so much money that's out there, and money's always going to be flowing. It's not going to stay dormant. It's always going to be moving somewhere. And we are I don't know if you want to say the tallest midget on the basketball court, because we have the reserve currency, and it's a money just automatically is going to flow into us, into our markets, into our whatever, our economy. But it's a matter of when is it really going to be flowing in, is the big thing. And that's why a lot of people are comparing this to like 2008 and stuff like that, and I'm like, I don't believe that we're there. I think that we can definitely have I think we've had a decent hiccup. I think we can, like you said, just be in a choppy, messy market for quite some time. But it's going to be pick and choose when you want to be buying and selling, and it's not the easy ride that we had since from 2009 into 2021. That's over. Like you said, that gravy train is done, and now the Fed is kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I see the people on TV. I like to watch the people on TV because they're not telling you really what's going on. They're telling you what somebody told them was going on a couple of weeks ago. They're mouthing the consensus. So it's just interesting to view what people are thinking. But one thing I think is interesting is you see a lot of these people come on. Of course, they're professionals, so to speak. They don't know anything, but they have this kind of view that everything's going to be okay, and that they can't figure out what's going on. But if you have money, and that's their job, is to tell you what to do with your money. They're kind of like, they're really against trading. They're like, well, I wouldn't trade this thing right here. Don't get into this trade or that trade. In reality, this is a trading market.
Right.
It's not moving that much right now. It's fine, but it's still a trading market. It's not a market where you say, oh, wow, I'm going to load up on Tesla because that's got to be a good thing, or whatever it is, or Microsoft or Google, whatever. That's not the kind of market it is. It's really a trading market.
Yes.
But you have to trade without any idea of what, of the big picture, because it's not clear yet. I mean, it may be that in 2 or 3 years, who knows if it will be AI or this or that, or certain companies will start to come to the fore.
Yeah, what else I
For
found?
right now, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say one thing that I was going to bring up, because I think you had said it a couple weeks ago, was the crypto low, and that's been finding a pretty good bid the past couple weeks on it.
Yeah.
So it's there. I don't know if you had saw. I forget which Congress or senator or whatever is trying to go. They're talking about I guess the Biden administration is trying to pass some kind of or do some kind of executive order for a digital currency that the Fed is doing, and it's kind of I thought of the cryptocurrency when they had said it. I guess it went through some bill or something, and they're trying to stop it. But I'm like, man, I wonder how that would work if something like that did pass. Would that hurt cryptocurrency? Would it I don't know how they can stop it because cryptocurrency is like a tangled web. You know what I mean? It's really impossible to
Yeah,
stop it.
yeah. Well, yeah. They all hated it, and then the more they studied it, they realized it's probably not such a bad thing.
Right, exactly.
And then ultimately, though, if you want to play it, of course, you can buy the different currencies, but you know, stocks that are linked to crypto, like Coinbase
Hmm.
and micro strategies. I mean, that's the way to play it because you
Right.
can take a stock.
Yep.
But yeah, no, definitely, I look at it every day,
Hey,
and
how's sentiment been holding up?
it's not really doing anything much because people are back and forth. It's like what we really need is either a washout up or a washout down to put
Yeah.
some kind of hardcore, hardcore extremes.
And
We
you can
can't.
see just from the chart, it kind of makes sense. You know what I mean? Like there is no big jumps like this. We're having these moves, but nothing crazy. So you're not getting these 92% sentiment readings or 0% sentiment readings. That we're just it's stair stepping down at a very let's say organized way. It's not, and so I'm all in on your low that you're looking for. That you said it either could come in right around that February 16th or in early March. And it's to me it's lining up perfect. I think that there
Yeah,
was a little bit of a panic low on the 16th, but then now we're drifting down into your March time period. But now we're starting to see these buy signals popping up everywhere. Especially on the hourly chart here. And as I showed you on the NIAD as well, you can just see the actual candle. I know I don't, this is what I look at, but I mean, this is a buy signal candle. And so you got there's some heavy selling going on in the morning, and then it got bid back up again. So if we could see the bulls get above the 39.56 and really above the 39.70, we're probably going to see a quick move back up to the 4,000 level, and if not higher. And it's going to be it's going to be interesting. But I'm kind of on the side where you don't really want to be shorting this market right now, because I think that the master planners are going to cause some kind of massive squeeze. And I can see it topping out, like you said, into sometime into that April time period. And
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised to see us 300-400 points higher than where we are right now on the S&P.
yeah. March is always tricky. Yeah, we need to see some kind of an extreme, and then maybe some news item. Maybe they'll get some new tanks in Ukraine. Who knows? Whatever's going to happen, and the market will get bid up, and I don't know, get some kind of an extreme to the upside, and then we'll go down again.
Yep. It's just a mess,
So
like you've been saying for a very
yeah,
long time. This market is a
yeah,
mess, and anybody who's trying to paint a bigger picture, whether it be up or down, or are just getting really frustrated. And maybe those are the ones that have to get washed out, are the ones that are
yeah,
looking for the big picture. Because I've said this a ton of times to our members is I'll take this market any day of the week, because if you could turn around and make 100 to 300 points on the S&P every 2 months, you're going to do better than any fund manager out there. You're going to do 30-40%, and you don't have to stress out about anything. You're just going to turn around and say, okay, I'm going to wait for the next extreme, and now I'm going to go, I'm going to be selling the market. Or if it's going down, I'm going to
yeah,
be buying them, and you just step away, and you don't worry about are we starting a new bull market or are we starting a new bear market? It doesn't matter to us as long as we're making, good returns, which, we have been. Who cares? The only thing is making
Yeah.
money. That's what, who cares being right for the long term?
Yeah, there is no long term.
Exactly. Exactly.
And there's nothing going on. And
Yep.
so just trade the market without worrying about it. Stop trying to figure it out. People are always trying to figure it out. You see it on, well, this was going to happen in the eighth quarter. So and so is going to do this, or forget it.
Yep. Yep. I agree 100% with that. Everyone's trying to figure out a reason for something. It's like there doesn't have to be a reason all the time. It just has to
Yeah,
be, the reason is too many people are leaning this way, or this was the time period that it was supposed to go. And usually the reason comes after the move has already started. And then it's like, oh, that's why we made that low. And it does I'm amazed a lot of times when there's a either a low or a high made that you call in advance, and in the S&P is up 150 200 points or down 150 200 points, and the news comes out and everyone's like, oh, this is why. But I'm like, well, look what he called this date or this time period 2 months ago.
yeah,
So the news usually follows what time periods
yeah,
you're calling for.
yeah. So anyway, the what's happening here is that the market had a few weeks down. Actually, it was a big thing. Oh, the market's down 3 weeks in a row. It had a correction, but it didn't really go anywhere. And now you can see that it's kind of well bid. I think it'll be bid here this week.
I think so
So
too.
yeah,
I agree 100% on this one. And like I said, I wanted to, I actually in the morning notes, I said, keep an eye around that 39.20 because we're in 2/3 of a position on it. And I wanted to just kind of be patient because we did get long right in this area. So there was no stress. I'm like, if it comes down to the 3900, we'll fill it up. But I'm really not concerned on the being long. I think that we're going to be a lot higher in in the next few weeks. It's going to be more just like sit back and relax. Just don't, we don't really have to do much. But do you have anything else that you want to add here?
no, that's it mostly.
Well, I appreciate you
We
taking the
talked
time.
about. Yeah.
Yeah. This was a great conversation. And let me get this report out, and I'll talk to you a little bit later. I'm also going to get that monthly report out, so everybody
Oh,
keep an eye
yeah,
out.
that would be good to get out
Yeah,
and
yeah, I'm going to get that out today.
let people know that if there's any questions, they can always.
You know what? That's right. Anybody who's listening to this, listen, if you guys want any specific questions, please send them in an email to me, and I will ask Woody, right, during this conversation that we have each Thursday. So with that, Woody, thanks again for joining me, and I will talk to you a little bit later on.
Okay, doctor.
Take care.
Ciao.
Bye bye now.